Angeles. For 12 years, I was cardiologist on call for the President of the United States, Queen of England, the Pope, and many other visiting dignitaries. I was one of the developers of the enzyme used around the world today to tell if someone's having a heart attack. I was introduced to this company actually through BioSlife. I had a friend of mine who was another cardiologist in Los Angeles, and he was telling me about this great product that he had that lowered his cholesterol 100 points and dropped his triglycerides 1,000 points. And so he gave me a box and told me to try it. And I was stunned at its results. And that's why I actually joined this company. I have a bad family history of heart disease. My father died at 54 from a heart attack. My brothers had a heart attack and had a couple of those stents placed to open up his arteries. And I had a very high cholesterol. It was 285. Even though I'm skinny and watch what I eat and exercise regularly, I could only get it down to 275. I started taking BioSlife, and right now my cholesterol is 168. I got my cholesterol by over 100 points, and I was hooked on the product. Then I started looking around at the other products the company had, and I said, wow, this is a great company. This is a cutting-edge company. I'm in. So that's why I'm here. I was really pleased to hear that BioSlife 2 is being introduced in Korea now. Again, it's my favorite product, and I actually like it so much I wrote a book about it. Let me tell you a little bit about BioSlife and a little bit about heart disease. Heart disease is the #1 killer in many areas of the country, and throughout the world it's the #2 killer. The tragedy of this is that most of this problem can be prevented. We now know that we can actually prevent 80% of heart disease. So if we can prevent heart disease, let me tell you a little about how we can prevent it. In order to do that, you have to know what the risk factors are for heart disease. There are several major risk factors, but there are 5 really big ones. There are high cholesterol, high blood pressure, obesity, diabetes, and smoking. Now, BioSlife 2 is a product that's all natural, and it's composed of several different types of all natural fibers, mostly soluble fibers, which are the good type for cholesterol, as well as some very powerful antioxidants and vitamins and minerals, and a chromium-bound niacin compound. And all these ingredients work together to do some pretty terrific things. First of all, it lowers cholesterol. We've had a number of studies done on BioSlife regarding its effect on cholesterol, and the major one is from the Cleveland Clinic, which I consider to be the world's foremost research cardiology institution, basically anywhere. And they showed definitely that BioSlife 2 significantly lowers the bad cholesterol, which is called LDL. And LDL is what builds up in your arteries to eventually cause a heart attack. We know that BioSlife 2 increases the good cholesterol, or HDL. And basically, HDL is a kind of a vacuum cleaner that goes around and pulls the sticky bad cholesterol off the blood vessel walls and actually helps prevent the plaque buildup. And BioSlife 2 significantly lowers the bad cholesterol, increases the good cholesterol, and thus very significantly reduces the risk of a heart attack, something that can be prevented. We also know that BioSlife 2 changes the way glucose that you take into your stomach gets into your bloodstream. It slows the rate at which carbohydrates get from the stomach into the bloodstream. So it lowers the rate at which the blood sugar goes up, and it's a terrific way to help diabetics. I've had diabetics who have actually been able to decrease their diabetic medications and sometimes even actually stop their diabetic medications when they take the proper amount of fiber. The chromium in this product also helps to control the carbohydrate metabolism. If you shake this up and drink it 10 or 15 minutes before you eat, it kind of forms a gel in your stomach. So that by the time you're ready to eat, you kind of have a sort of a pleasant full feeling, so that when you sit down, you probably aren't going to eat as much. And as a result, you might actually lose a significant amount of weight taking BioSlife, taking it properly. And if you take this product properly, you don't eat quite so much, you start exercising a little bit, you may actually reduce your blood pressure. As another side benefit, we know that if you take a lot of fiber into your system, you significantly